The turning point came during a particularly intense battle in the outer reaches of the Dominion's territory. The Varan fleet, reeling from previous defeats, had regrouped and launched a massive counteroffensive. They aimed to crush the human resistance once and for all, deploying their most advanced warships and weaponry. The humans, though outnumbered and outgunned, refused to back down. Instead, they used their ingenuity to devise a daring plan that would test the limits of their adversaries. General Hayes orchestrated a series of coordinated strikes on key Varan supply lines and command centers. This strategy aimed to disrupt the Dominion's ability to sustain their offensive and create openings for further human attacks. The plan required precise execution and involved elements of deception and diversion. Human forces engaged in fierce battles, creating a diversion that allowed smaller, specialized units to strike at the heart of the Varan's operations. The results were staggering. The Varan fleet's supply chains were disrupted, causing shortages of critical resources and ammunition. Command centers were compromised, leading to confusion and disarray within the Dominion's ranks. The once unshakable confidence of the Varan leaders began to waver as their meticulously planned strategies fell apart. The humans, emboldened by their successes, pressed their advantage, pushing the Varan forces further back. Emperor Zorth, observing the chaos from his palace, struggled to comprehend the rapid turn of events. The reports from the front lines were increasingly dire, filled with accounts of human victories and Varan defeats. The Emperor, known for his strategic brilliance, found himself outmaneuvered by a species he had once dismissed as primitive. The very tactics that had secured the Dominion's dominance were now being turned against them with devastating effect. The Varan leadership, once confident in their superiority, faced mounting pressure to respond. The humans' unconventional warfare, combined with their determination and resilience, had created a formidable challenge. The Dominion's once dominant position in the galaxy was now under threat, and the prospect of total defeat loomed large. In the midst of the turmoil, the human forces continued to demonstrate their strength and adaptability. They leveraged their victories to rally support from other oppressed species and forged alliances that further weakened the Varan Dominion. The coalition of liberated worlds, united by a shared desire for freedom, added to the pressure on the Dominion's remaining forces. The Varan Dominion, once a symbol of power and conquest, was now grappling with the reality of its own vulnerability. The humans, with their unyielding spirit and strategic brilliance, had proven to be an adversary unlike any other. As the conflict continued to escalate, the fate of the Dominion and the future of the galaxy hung in the balance. The Human Alliance. As the Varan Dominion's grip on the galaxy began to weaken, a pivotal shift occurred in the conflict. The humans, buoyed by their recent successes and the growing support from liberated worlds, began to form a powerful alliance that would become a cornerstone of their strategy against the Dominion. This alliance, forged from a shared desire for freedom and justice, would play a crucial role in tipping the scales in favor of the humans. The formation of this alliance was not an easy feat. It required delicate diplomacy and a deep understanding of the diverse cultures and political landscapes of the liberated species. The humans, led by influential figures such as General Sarah Hayes and diplomat Marcus Levin, embarked on a mission to unite the disparate worlds that had suffered under the Dominion's rule. Their goal was to create a cohesive and coordinated effort that could effectively challenge the Dominion's remaining forces. One of the key challenges in forming this alliance was addressing the mistrust and skepticism that existed between the various species. Many had been oppressed for centuries and harbored deep-seated grievances against their former oppressors. The humans, recognizing the need for empathy and cooperation, approached the task with sensitivity and respect. They listened to the concerns of their new allies and worked tirelessly to build bridges of trust. The Alliance's first major test came during a joint operation to liberate a strategically important world from Varan control. This world, known as Thorax, had been a significant supply hub for the Dominion. Its capture would not only deal a blow to the Dominion's logistics, but also serve as a symbol of the Alliance's growing strength. The operation was meticulously planned, with input from representatives of all member species. The battle for Therax was intense and fiercely contested. The Dominion, aware of the strategic importance of the world, deployed a large contingent of forces to defend it. The Alliance's forces, though varied in their military capabilities, demonstrated remarkable coordination and resolve. The humans, leveraging their recent victories and newfound unity, played a leading role in the operation. Their tactical acumen and innovative strategies proved instrumental in overcoming the Dominion's defenses. As the battle raged on, the Alliance's forces faced numerous obstacles. The Varan, in a desperate bid to maintain control, employed their most advanced weaponry and defensive measures. However, the combined might of the Alliance, bolstered by human ingenuity and the resolve of the liberated species, began to turn the tide. The Varan forces, stretched thin and demoralized, struggled to hold their ground. In a dramatic turn of events, the Alliance achieved a decisive victory. Therax was liberated, and the Dominion's hold on the world was broken. The success of the operation was a significant morale boost for the Alliance and a clear indication of their growing power. It demonstrated that the Varan Dominion, once an unstoppable force, could be defeated through unity and perseverance. The victory at Therax also marked a turning point in the conflict. The Alliance's newfound confidence and momentum were evident in subsequent operations. The Varan Dominion, now facing the united front of diverse species, found its once secure position increasingly untenable. The humans, who had once been underestimated, emerged as key leaders in the struggle against the Dominion. As the conflict continued, the Alliance worked tirelessly to consolidate their gains and expand their reach. Diplomatic efforts were focused on strengthening existing relationships and bringing new allies into the fold. The coalition of liberated worlds grew stronger, and the collective effort against the Varan Dominion gained unprecedented momentum. The formation of the Alliance was a testament to the strength of cooperation and the power of a united cause. It highlighted the remarkable ability of diverse species to come together and overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. The humans, through their leadership and commitment, had forged a coalition that was not only capable of defeating the Varan Dominion, but also of reshaping the future of the galaxy. The fall of the Varan Dominion. The liberation of Therax marked a significant turning point in the conflict, and the Varan Dominion's downfall seemed imminent. The once feared empire was now in retreat, struggling to maintain control over its dwindling territories. The Alliance of Liberated Worlds, led by the resilient humans and their new allies, pressed forward with renewed vigor. Each victory further eroded the Dominion's power and influence, pushing them closer to the brink of collapse. Emperor Zorth, watching from his grand palace, faced an increasingly dire situation. The reports from the front lines were grim, and the once unshakable confidence of the Varan leadership had turned to fear and desperation. The Dominion's once advanced fleets were now in disarray, their command structures fractured by the relentless pressure from the human-led alliance. The Varan were fighting not just for survival, but for the preservation of their very existence. In a bid to turn the tide, the Dominion launched a series of desperate counterattacks. These offensives were marked by increased brutality and the deployment of their most formidable assets. The Varan, aware that their technological superiority was no longer enough to secure victory, resorted to using weapons of mass destruction in an attempt to regain the upper hand. The Alliance faced a new level of threat as the Dominion sought to unleash chaos and fear. The battle for the capital world of Varan Prime, the heart of the Dominion's power, was a particularly fierce engagement. The Alliance, understanding the strategic and symbolic importance of capturing Varan Prime, committed significant resources to the assault. The human forces, alongside their allies, prepared for what would be the final and most challenging confrontation of the conflict. As the battle began, the skies over Varan Prime were filled with the sounds of war. The Dominion's defenses, while formidable, were unable to withstand the combined assault of the Alliance's forces. The humans, drawing on their experiences from previous battles, led the charge with determination and precision. Their tactics, honed through countless engagements, proved crucial in overcoming the Dominion's last-ditch efforts to defend their homeworld. In the midst of the chaos, Emperor Zorth remained resolute, even as his empire crumbled around him. The once proud ruler, who had commanded respect and fear throughout the galaxy, now faced the reality of his empire's disintegration. The Varan's attempts to counter the Alliance's advances were met with increasing difficulty. The coordinated efforts of the Allied forces, combined with the strategic brilliance of the human commanders, steadily wore down the Dominion's defenses. The final assault on Varan Prime was a testament to the Alliance's strength and unity. The human forces, alongside their allies, fought with unwavering resolve. Their determination to end the conflict and secure a future free from Dominion tyranny drove them forward. The once great Varan Dominion, now a shadow of its former self, faced its final moments. As the Alliance forces breached the last of the Dominion's defenses, the palace of Emperor Zorth became a focal point of the battle. The once grand halls, filled with the echoes of the Varan's past glories, were now the scene of a dramatic confrontation. The Emperor, stripped of his power and surrounded by the remnants of his crumbling empire, faced the inevitable. The human forces, led by General Sarah Hayes and other key leaders, pressed forward to confront Emperor Zorth. The Emperor, in a final act of defiance, attempted to negotiate a surrender, but the terms were clear. The Alliance sought justice for the countless atrocities committed by the Dominion and demanded an end to the conflict. In a poignant moment of reckoning, Emperor Zorth was brought to face the consequences of his actions. The once feared ruler, now a symbol of the Dominion's downfall, stood humbled before the leaders of the Alliance. The galaxy watched as the final chapter of the Varan Dominion's reign was written, marking the end of an era of oppression and the beginning of a new era of freedom and cooperation. The fall of the Varan Dominion was not just a military victory. It was a triumph of human spirit and unity. The Alliance's success was a testament to the strength of collaboration and the power of resilience. As the remnants of the Dominion were dismantled and a new order began to take shape, the galaxy stood on the brink of a new chapter in its history, one marked by hope and the promise of a brighter future, the dawn of a new era. With the fall of the Varan Dominion, the galaxy entered a period of profound transformation. The once feared empire had crumbled, and the worlds that had suffered under its rule were now free to chart their own futures. The Alliance, which had played a crucial role in the defeat of the Dominion, faced the monumental task of rebuilding and shaping a new era of peace and cooperation. In the aftermath of the conflict, the leaders of the Alliance, including General Sarah Hayes and diplomat Marcus Levin, turned their attention to the challenges of reconstruction. The devastation left by the Dominion was extensive, with many worlds needing urgent aid and rebuilding efforts. The Alliance's primary goal was to address the immediate needs of the liberated worlds while laying the groundwork for a lasting and equitable peace. The first steps in the rebuilding process involved providing humanitarian aid and support to the affected populations. The Alliance's forces, previously engaged in battle, now shifted their focus to relief efforts. Medical teams, engineers, and logistical support units were deployed to assist in restoring basic services and infrastructure. The human-led coalition worked tirelessly to address the immediate needs of the liberated worlds, providing food, medical care, and support to communities struggling to recover from the war. As the immediate crisis began to stabilize, the Alliance turned its attention to the broader task of political and social reconstruction. The diverse worlds that had come together to defeat the Dominion now needed to establish new systems of governance and cooperation. The Alliance leaders facilitated discussions and negotiations to create frameworks for democratic governance and mutual respect among the various species. One of the key aspects of this process was the establishment of the Galactic Reconciliation Council, a new governing body designed to promote peace and collaboration across the galaxy. The council was composed of representatives from the liberated worlds, including humans, and aimed to address the issues of governance, security, and interspecies relations. Its formation marked a significant departure from the Dominion's oppressive rule and symbolized a new era of unity and cooperation. The Council's initial tasks included drafting a charter for interstellar relations, setting guidelines for trade and diplomacy, and establishing protocols for conflict resolution. The goal was to create a framework that would prevent future conflicts and ensure that the principles of justice and equality were upheld. The Council worked diligently to build a system that would address the concerns of all member worlds and promote a sense of shared responsibility. The process of reconstruction also involved addressing the legacy of the Dominion's rule. The Alliance recognized the need for reconciliation and healing among the liberated species. Efforts were made to address historical grievances and promote understanding between previously warring factions. The goal was to foster a sense of collective identity and shared purpose, moving beyond the divisions of the past. Cultural exchange programs and educational initiatives were established to promote mutual understanding and appreciation among the diverse species. These programs aimed to build bridges between different cultures and foster a sense of community. The Alliance leaders believed that by celebrating the unique contributions of each species and promoting cross-cultural dialogue, they could strengthen the bonds between the worlds and create a more harmonious galaxy. The end of the conflict also brought about a period of reflection and introspection. The leaders of the Alliance and the liberated worlds took time to assess the lessons learned from the war and consider how to build a better future. The triumph over the Varan Dominion was seen not only as a victory, but as a reminder of the importance of unity, resilience, and hope. As the galaxy emerged from the shadows of war, there was a sense of optimism and determination. The Alliance's efforts to rebuild and create a new era of peace were met with hope and enthusiasm. The once divided worlds were now united by a shared vision of a brighter future, one where the mistakes of the past would not be repeated. The dawn of this new era was marked by celebrations and ceremonies that highlighted the achievements of the Alliance and the resilience of the liberated species. The galaxy, now free from the tyranny of the Dominion, looked forward to a future filled with promise and possibility. The triumph of human ingenuity and the spirit of cooperation had paved the way for a new chapter in the galaxy's history, one that would be defined by collaboration, justice, and a renewed sense of hope, a legacy of unity and innovation. As the new era of peace began to take shape, the legacy of the Varan Dominion's defeat continued to influence the galaxy's development. The once feared empire had been replaced by a new order committed to unity, cooperation, and innovation. The liberated worlds, now free from oppression, were eager to build a future that reflected their shared values and aspirations. One of the most significant aspects of this new era was the emphasis on scientific and technological advancement. The Alliance, recognizing the importance of innovation in shaping the future, invested heavily in research and development. The goal was not only to rebuild, but also to advance technology in ways that would benefit all species and ensure that the mistakes of the past were not repeated. The collaboration between species led to remarkable breakthroughs in various fields. Human scientists, alongside their alien counterparts, worked on projects that aimed to enhance the quality of life across the galaxy. Advances in medicine, energy production, and space travel were among the many areas of focus. The integration of diverse perspectives and expertise contributed to a period of unprecedented scientific progress. One notable achievement was the development of the Interstellar Cooperation Initiative, ICI, a program designed to promote collaborative research and share technological innovations among member worlds. The ICA facilitated joint research projects, established interstellar laboratories, and created platforms for knowledge exchange. This initiative not only accelerated scientific discovery, but also strengthened the bonds between different species by fostering a sense of shared purpose. In addition to scientific advancements, the new era saw a focus on cultural enrichment and mutual understanding. The Galactic Cultural Exchange Program was established to celebrate the diverse heritage of the liberated worlds and promote cross-cultural dialogue. Festivals, exhibitions, and educational exchanges became common, allowing species to learn from one another and build lasting relationships. The impact of these cultural initiatives was profound. The once segregated worlds began to integrate their traditions and practices, creating a rich tapestry of interstellar culture. The shared experiences and mutual respect cultivated through these exchanges contributed to a more cohesive and harmonious galaxy. Another key aspect of this period was the continued emphasis on justice and equality. The Galactic Reconciliation Council, now fully operational, played a crucial role in ensuring that the principles of fairness and inclusivity were upheld. The Council addressed issues related to governance, resource distribution, and interspecies relations, working to prevent the rise of new forms of oppression or inequality. Efforts to preserve the memory of the conflict and honor those who had fought for freedom were also important. Monuments and memorials were erected on various worlds to commemorate the sacrifices made during the war. These tributes served as a reminder of the cost of tyranny and the value of the hard-won peace. As the years passed, the galaxy continued to evolve and adapt. The legacy of the Varan Dominion's defeat became a source of inspiration and a guiding principle for future generations. The lessons learned from the conflict were embedded in the new societal structures, ensuring that the mistakes of the past would not be repeated. The story of the Varan Dominion's fall and the subsequent rise of a new era became a symbol of hope and resilience. It was a testament to the power of unity and the capacity of diverse species to overcome adversity and build a better future. The Alliance's success in defeating the Dominion and creating a new order was celebrated as a triumph of human ingenuity and the collective strength of the galaxy. The legacy of the conflict was not just about the victories and achievements, but also about the enduring values that shaped the new era. The principles of cooperation, innovation, and respect for diversity became the cornerstone of the galaxy's future. The once divided worlds were now united in their commitment to building a brighter and more inclusive future, one that honored the sacrifices of the past and embraced the possibilities of the future. The future of the galaxy. As the galaxy settled into its new era, the focus shifted from rebuilding and recovery to envisioning and realizing a future that embraced the lessons learned from the fall of the Varan Dominion. The once mighty empire's defeat had not only reshaped the political landscape, but had also inspired a renewed commitment to cooperation, innovation, and mutual respect among the galaxy's diverse inhabitants. One of the most ambitious projects to emerge from this period was the Galactic Unity Network, GUN, a comprehensive system designed to facilitate communication, trade, and collaboration across the galaxy. GUN aimed to integrate the various technological advances developed during the post-Dominion era, creating a seamless and efficient network that connected all member worlds. This network would enable real-time data sharing, streamline trade routes, and support collaborative projects across vast distances. The Galactic Unity Network was not just a technological marvel, but also a symbol of the new era's spirit of cooperation. It represented the culmination of years of effort to bridge the gaps between different species and foster a sense of interconnectedness. The network was designed to be inclusive and adaptable, allowing for the integration of new species and technologies as the galaxy continued to evolve. In parallel with the technological advancements, there was a renewed emphasis on diplomacy and conflict resolution. The Galactic Reconciliation Council, having gained experience and insight from its initial years, took on a more proactive role in addressing potential conflicts and fostering peaceful relations. The Council's work included mediating disputes, facilitating negotiations, and promoting initiatives that addressed the underlying causes of tension. One notable success story was the resolution of a long-standing dispute between two formerly hostile species, the Arcturians and the Epsilonites. Through mediation efforts facilitated by the Council, the two species were able to reach a mutually beneficial agreement on resource sharing and territorial boundaries. This successful resolution not only improved relations between the Arcturians and Epsilonites, but also served as a model for resolving future conflicts. Education and cultural exchange continued to be central to the new era's efforts to build a cohesive galaxy. The establishment of the Galactic Academy of Knowledge, GAK, provided a platform for interstellar learning and collaboration. The Academy offered courses and research opportunities in various fields, promoting cross-species understanding and fostering a sense of shared intellectual pursuit. The Academy's impact was profound. Students and researchers from different worlds came together to explore new ideas, share knowledge, and work on collaborative projects. The exchange of ideas and perspectives enriched the academic community and contributed to the development of innovative solutions to common challenges. As the galaxy looked to the future, there was a growing recognition of the importance of sustainability and environmental stewardship. The devastation caused by the Dominion's war efforts had highlighted the need to protect and preserve the galaxy's natural resources. Initiatives aimed at restoring damaged ecosystems, promoting sustainable practices, and addressing the impact of industrialization became key priorities. The emphasis on environmental conservation was reflected in the policies and practices adopted by member worlds. The Alliance encouraged the use of renewable energy sources, supported conservation efforts, and promoted technologies that minimized environmental impact. The goal was to ensure that the progress made during the post-Dominion era was not only sustainable but also beneficial for future generations. The legacy of the Varan Dominion's fall was one of transformation and hope. The once feared empire's defeat had paved the way for a new era characterized by unity, innovation, and respect for diversity. The galaxy, now united in its commitment to building a better future, faced the challenges of the future with optimism and determination. The story of the Dominion's fall and the subsequent rise of a new order became a source of inspiration for generations to come. It served as a reminder of the power of resilience, the importance of cooperation, and the potential for positive change. The galaxy, shaped by the experiences of the past and the vision for the future, stood on the threshold of a new chapter in its history, one marked by hope, unity, and a shared commitment to a brighter tomorrow.